Welcome back to the channel, everybody. So I decided we'd do something a little different. Obviously, we've seen new account challenges 1,000 times. I know I'm by far not the first YouTuber to do it. I don't know how many new account challenges I've watched Seaton do, I've watched Brian Grant do. I've watched it with several different YouTubers over the years, and I commend each of them, especially when they had the time to go ahead and take a solid week to just grind the game and still get in their time on their own game, plus everything else that they had to do. I look forward to the days where I can stream for 8 to 16 hours in a day. More on that coming soon. But what I decided to do, just knowing that there's been so much controversy right after 4th of July and everything, because so many people were able to advance their accounts so far. And is it even worth it to be a free-to-play player anymore? So I decided, hey, what if today I had a family member or friend or spouse, girlfriend, what if I had people in my life and I was able to talk them into signing up for a new account and saying, hey, you don't have to spend any money on it whatsoever. You just go ahead and play the game. Don't have to spend stupid amounts of hours on it. Just, when you got a free time every day, check in once, twice a day, spend what energy you have, make it as far as you can. Obviously the first night, let's really sit down and play the game together a bit and spend several hours getting to know things, and we'll see how far we can get. The biggest event every year that helps all accounts, no matter if it's free to play or actual people that are spending money on the account, is the banquet event. And we are about 6 months away from there. Not quite, but just close enough. So let's see how far we could get an account in that amount of time. And right here today is going to be the first 5 hours of that account. No, we are not going to have a 5-hour long video. That would be a record for the channel by far, but that isn't going to be what we're going to do. I've condensed them down. We're going to talk about a few key moments here, a few big takeaways that are different than either of the times that I've started an account. They're different than even when my son, who played with me for years, started his account, or my ex, who also played with me for several years, started her account. But I see even more growth potential quickly right off the bat. Obviously, they're throwing a lot of deals at you and everything. But let's go ahead and get in here, take a look at it, and see what we were able to do just on the first night. And then we'll continue from there. We're going to do a weekly update on this account and see how far we can get between now and December. So right off the bat, obviously, we've got the story started, and we're going to get the first 2 fights that just aren't going to matter. These are tutorial fights. They're here's how to do your basic attacks, and you're going to win no matter what. Now, the cool thing is now you do get a 2-star Stark Enhanced Spider-Man to start off your account. The cool thing is that you get a 1-star Tech Enhanced Spider-Man to start off your account with, and then you get a Nexus Crystal. Now, this one gave us 3 choices. Black Panther had decent bleed ability, but it really came down to either Scarlet Witch or Hulk, and obviously I've been doing a ton of work with Hulk lately, and since his rework, I knew very good and well. Obviously, little advantage of, but I figured that first night you're probably going to have somebody looking over your shoulder anyways. Now, they're probably going to be in a bigger alliance than you're going to be able to handle right away. So I also agreed to myself that I wouldn't allow me to go into an alliance that I already had set up. And then right off the bat here, we found out that we get a 2-star Wolverine just by completing 5 tasks real quick. And the first 2 tasks are literally just win the first 2 fights. The first task was win the first 2 fights that you already have won. Your next fight was win 2 more fights, level up your first champion. So, of course, let's put some ISO into Hulk and make him even more powerful. Let's see how far we can get with this 1-star Hulk here, because, I got a champion worth using already off the bat. Then we get another free champion. We got a free 1-star Captain America. Not a great champion, but hey, we're racking up the champions here. Gonna need those. And then, hey, let's set up a Kabam account so we can get a Prim Crystal to open. Now, one of the things that I did realize here too is that as some of these challenges are coming in, opening a particular crystal may be one that it asks. So I saved the daily crystal just in case we came up to that. And the first Prim we open, we get a 2-star Scarlet Witch. Okay, this also gives us somebody to work with here. So we could have had her as a 1-star. We ended up with her as a 2. So now, obviously, let's put a little bit of ISO into her. See if we can't get her up a little bit there. And that gives me her and Hulk that we can take in and really cheese our way through a bit there. Obviously, right there, again, level up a champion. Now we just got to finish Act 1, Chapter 1, Quest 2, and we're already almost to our Wolverine. Now, we are 2 levels in already and working on getting to level 3. Obviously, we haven't even gotten far enough to choose our name yet. But, we're just cheesing our way through these fights. It's teaching us a little bit here and there. Pause to find out what the buffs and debuffs are on and what they do. That type of knowledge. Cheese through with Hulk, hit level 3 right off the bat. Get the stuff we need to be able to level up. We get Wolverine and find out that we get a 3-star Captain Marvel movie if we do another 15 tasks, which are things we're just going to do anyways. And right off the bat here, we're going in and we're starting to get champions left and right. We're now looking at, as long as we finish this, we're going to get a 1-star and a 2-star Vision. I believe it's Age of Ultron Vision. But still, at the same time, that gives us a power control champion if we need one. Now, obviously, again, like I said, I've got this 1-star Hulk here and that 2-star Scarlet Witch and the 2-star Wolverine. I've got some of my favorite champions in the game anyways. We just picked up 2-star Star-Lord there. I've already been kicked from my first alliance and we're on to our second one. Hoping that maybe, we can stick around with this, pick up. Now, big lesson right there. We got the first extra 7-day XP boost that they're going to give you. Now, keep in mind, this first second that you pick up another XP boost, you can actually throw that on and build upon that. So if we had done that right away, we'd have actually gained even more levels than what we did. I didn't throw it on the first 5 hours like I should have, but I do throw it on during the first 7-day time period, and we are running multiple XP boosts there. So we could as well throw some mastery points into XP boost, but I'm avoiding that. I'm just going to make sure that all my units outside of the first time that they've forced us to spend on a crystal are going directly on mastery course, because I want to get those main masteries unlocked as quickly as possible. You can see there's the notification from getting kicked from that first alliance. I did jump over and double check, make sure it wasn't the second alliance that I'd already been kicked from. And we're getting offers and mail left and right. We could easily end up with a bunch of 5-stars on this account first day if we wanted to spend on this account. That is a little bit, it's too much at that point. I will say that. But you don't need them. This is what we're going to prove right off the bat here. We can, we're, 1 and 2-star champions. We're already working our way through the first act. Obviously, we all know the first 3 acts are fairly easy, and we are going to work most of our way through the first 3 acts with just 2 and 3 champions. We do actually find out here as we get through earning Captain Marvel movie, we are going to get more free 3-stars, and eventually you do get a 4-star Nick Fury as well. by completing Act 3, which is just ridiculous that you can have him that early as a 4-star. But that is going to set us up as we continue on into Act 4. More on that as we get there in the account. I am a little ways ahead, like I said, guys, but we're going to start doing weekly updates on these. This is the first in the series. We got several other things that are going to be coming up here as we're getting through this. I'm going to start working on some of the variants. I am also looking at being able to live stream a little more often. Obviously, we've got a huge library built up now. So in between doing edits and things like that, I want to go ahead and spend some more time hanging out with you guys. Obviously, that has been one of those things that I've got a huge catalog built up already because we've been through so much content in these first 7 months that it has given me that opportunity. But I will tell you, this particular video here, just getting through this, has been more editing on a single video than I've done on any previous video, just because of the amount of time that I was looking at, the amount of content that we're looking at. As you can see, we're just shooting right along here. We're already on to the second path. I'm making sure we're 100%ing our way through everything of Act 1 through 3, just because I want to make sure that we're getting all those 1-star, all the 2-star, all the 3-star champions that we can pick up for free so that we can start building up the roster. Because obviously, but especially when you're talking the 3-star champions, you're talking over 240 available champions in the crystal pool right now currently. That puts a lot of pressure on you to be able to get those dupes in so that you can pick up the higher level champions, because you are going to need to dupe some champions to get up to champions. But it does also mean that you have a good chance of pushing champions up to max sig levels. As a matter of fact, you'll see here as we continue on, we are going to end up in a later chapter of this series where we are already going to be looking at 2 max sig 3-stars within probably about the first 10 hours of gameplay. Like I said, this is our first 5 hours with the account. This was basically just setting down the first night. I've got a little bit more on that I did that first night, but wanted to go ahead and get this one out to you like this. We got a good stopping point that we were able to push forward, and then we will go ahead and continue this series. You'll see everything that goes on with the account. If there's anything that's edited out on this, mostly it's the personal information type of things. It's where I had to log in and log back out, or when I signed up for the Kabam server so that I could go ahead and get the free crystal there, when I picked the name, things like this, where it shows my personal information. We did go ahead and go with Wolf Pup JLH. Wolf Pup JLH. Sorry, I kind of froze on that one. If you have paid attention to pretty much anything I talk about on this channel, you'll kind of get the reference there. Obviously, yeah, the Wolf Pup, little account, but that was obviously a taken name, so we needed something for the end there. So the JLH is a shout out. Obviously, if you know anything about if you spend any time on the channel watching my crystal openings or listening to some of the things I talk about, hopefully you can figure that out. As a matter of fact, that's something I'd like to see in the comments below. What do you think the JHL at the end of the new account stands for? I'm sure several will get it, but I will leave that open until we put out the second episode of this, and we may go ahead and start doing something special with those. So make sure you're commenting. We're going to have a question of the series every episode, and that is the first one. Wolf Pup JLH. What does JLH stand for? So we did get over here to, obviously we got the free Nick Fury in the mail because we've got Secret Invasion going on right now, so that was really helpful. We're going to pick up a few different things free in the mail here. It's ridiculous how many champions and things you're able to go ahead and pick up through different events and stuff. Just clearing out our first batch of crystals here, seeing if we can get anybody that can maybe help the account. Picked up a 2-star Ant-Man there. Didn't really do much with him yet. I did want to go over here and continue on along with this, everything. We're just kind of waiting on that 3-star crystal because I know I'm going to have to open a 3-star crystal at some point for one of the challenges. So I want to make sure that I have it available. And if I pick up a second one, obviously we'll open one and we'll wait until then. Just, obviously, like I said, you can see here 1-star Hulk just eating through champions, 2-star Nick Fury eating through champions, 2-star Scarlet Witch, 2-star Wolverine. The first kind of real problem we had was the first time we fought Red Skull there, but by the second time we got to him, we walked through it. Again, another offer there. They just keep coming left and right. You'll see so many offers, more so than any other point in time when you're first starting out an account. They really want to get you roped in on that, pattern of spending. But do realize, just because there are so many offers out there, yes, it does give you a huge, quick advantage that you could exploit massively to grow an account. But if you just keep pushing, and if you're smart about how you spend your units, you're going to get more than enough energy to be able to go ahead and clear all the way through Act 3 right off the bat. As you can see here, we are already 251 out of 33 energy, and we're just eating away. But the thing about it is you're going to gain levels so quickly, especially once you get that XP boost on. And if I had been smart about this, like I said, we could have done this even faster, because I would have thrown on a 40% XP boost as well, or a 50% XP boost, and just gone ahead and shot my way up the ranks. But we're still doing that, and we're still moving on. You can see here, we have already cleared all of Act 1. We're already on our way through the second chapter here of Act 2, working on our way to getting all the way into Act 3, and we do within the first 10 hours. We won't do that within this first 5 here, but we will get most of the way there, to be honest with you. As a matter of fact, you're going to see that we gain in the first 5 hours of playing the game, we actually end up 19 levels into our max level 60. Obviously, we all know that is going to slow down as you progress, as you continue forward. Now, we just went ahead, and there you saw we jumped over to the next map. We didn't even back out in any way, shape, or form. Just moved on there. Make sure you are watching the map there, too. That's another important thing. There's going to be potions. There's going to be revives. There's going to be energy refills all over the map throughout these first few chapters. You can actually set yourself up going forward for quite a ways just off these first few chapters. I know one of the biggest things that was talked about for the longest time was the fact that Kabam nerfed the crap out of these and they took away so much in here. But for a new account, they're passing the stuff out. You can see there, we already picked up 3-star Captain Marvel movie, and immediately thereafter, we get the ability to pick up 3-star Doctor Strange. Captain Marvel movie is going to do a lot more for the account for me than Doctor Strange is, because I used her so much in higher end content, because I do have her as a 5-star that I use a lot on the backup account. I used her as a 6-star a lot in the main account. So yes, I do have a bit of an advantage there over somebody new, but obviously this would be one of those things where if I was sitting here teaching somebody how to play, this would be characters that I'd be like, oh my god, you're set. You got really good characters. And hopefully they'd be able to pick up the characters and be able to use them even to most of their potential. Again, you see there, we've already got Gamora in there. There's another one that we're just, rocking our way through all of this. We just keep picking up champions so quickly at this beginning level. I obviously, yeah. Would it be nice if they were all 4 or 5 star champions, where we could cheese our way through all of this? By this point, we could auto fight all of this. I believe I've actually gotten enough levels that that's an option by this point. But that's not the point of the account. I want to play it very organically. You're going to see that for the most part, I'm rarely going to use an auto fight option on this account, because we are going to be pushing content harder and harder than what we have access to. And, if we need to back off for a minute and gather resources, we'll do that. This is going to be played just like somebody playing a brand new account with no intentions to spend on it. I have decent skill level. I am probably the worst YouTuber out there. We've talked about this on several occasions. I have taken my main account all the way to Paragon. I've taken my backup account all the way to Cavalier. I know how to get there. Yes, there was a bit of spending, quite a bit of spending on the Paragon account, and there was a little bit of spending on the Cavalier account. So let's see how far I can get this account without spending anything whatsoever. That way we can really prove, how much of it was the wallet and how much of it was me just getting through it. Uh, I think it's a great. I think it's a great way to kind of look through things and see. Um, you know, it, Obviously, I talk about all the time. Build up your resources, get yourself up ready to go before you go into content that's harder than you can handle. And once you have your resources built up, go ahead and go in. You saw there, we picked up a 3 star Gore. Another great champion we could use here. Not a champion I'm particularly skilled with. And right now, with having 3 star Gamora, having 3 star Captain America, and 3 star Captain Marvel movie with the 2 star Nick Fury, which unfortunately we don't get the synergy with. I was hoping for that synergy right off the bat. But obviously, once we pick up the 4 star Nick Fury, we will have access to the synergy. But we're just going ahead and pushing our way through here. And again, right down to it. You can see here we're almost to the boss with Abomination here. Quick, easy fight. Go ahead and cheese our way through that. And that puts us to the point that we have made it all but halfway through Act 2. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump over because we have a task to do incursions and we need to get through at least 2 rounds of incursions. So we're just going to solo our way through right off the bat because I don't really have many people available because I'm not friending a bunch of accounts right off the bat. Now, I'm sure this will change as these videos start coming out. There will obviously be members of the community that will want to look me up and friend the account, and that may change some things. Obviously, that's part of the experience of growing a new account is forming your segment of the community. You're not just going to immediately jump into a friends alliance right off the bat because most of the time your friend is running a Cavalier or a Thronebreaker or even a Paragon account, and they're running in alliances that are suitable for their progression level. And if you're running nothing but 1s, 2s, and 3 stars, you're not going to be able to handle what they're doing by any means. You're just a liability to the alliance, though it would give you quite a bit of benefit really early. Because obviously, if you were in a higher level alliance, you're going to start getting 4 star, 5 star, and 6 star shards on an account that doesn't even know what a 6 star looks like. So there is that advantage, but you're not going to find a lot of alliances out there that are that open to that. That being said, I will tell you that the backup account does have an alliance for people that are growing their accounts. Doesn't matter what size you are, if you want to come over, we do have a few spots available on that. The main alliance, I will tell you, without a doubt, does not have room for things like that. As a matter of fact, right now we have 2 open spots that I'm looking to fill with people that are available to run map 6 or higher. So we're going to go ahead and wrap up this first day on the new account here by leveling up Captain Marvel movie. We need to go ahead and pick up a few more catalysts there. We're going to also go ahead and start unlocking a few of our masteries here. I will tell you, I put a few points in the wrong spots on some of these, and I ended up later on coming up with a chart to make sure that I had available to me so I could remember where I wanted the points at. Something I do advise, but obviously if I was teaching somebody, I'd have my account on my phone. I could just pull it up and look. Obviously, when I'm on a second account, I can't pull up the unless I have the other phone available, which I wasn't using at the time. So, is what it is. But anyways, guys, that's the first 5 hours of the new account. Let me know what you think. We are going to go ahead and get the next 5 hours out within the next few days or so. Honestly, it'll probably be Wednesday, maybe Thursday, and then we'll do a second one or a third episode probably Saturday, and then we'll go weekly from there. I just wanted to get a few things caught up and taken care of. I will be announcing quite a few changes to the channel very soon, so please stay tuned. I don't know, guys. It's been an interesting ride so far, and we've got a long ways left to go. So I'm really hoping that everybody's buckled in and ready for a wild one, because we're going to get there. And I will see you guys back on the next one. So, peace out.